I'm Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors, and today we're doing a little bit of bass fishing. Not gonna lie to you guys, it's been tough. We got an algae bloom up here. We went out last night, Ace, my dad, and myself. My dad ended up catching the biggest one of the night, but we found some fish over on the wall that was schooling up, and they were pushing golden shiners against this dock and this wall. So we were throwing Senkos, ripper baits, and things like that. Ace had a really nice one. I'm gonna say it was anywhere between 3.5 to 4.5 pounds from what I saw when it come up. It jumped about 10 foot away from the boat and spit the hook. So we're gonna hang out for a little bit, make sure we get some people in here. And like I said, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's tough up here. I'll show you the color of the water. It's like my shirt. It's green, but we are starting off frog fishing here. I started off frog fishing yesterday evening with my dad and Ace. Got a couple little blow-ups, but not like it should be. So we're gonna start out frogging again tonight because I don't like to dismiss that technique at all up here because I know how good it can be. So as you can see behind me, all the crap that's behind me, all the cheese, all the pads. So we're gonna be doing this, and then let me know. Hey IL, what's up, buddy? Thank you for coming in. Let me know if my audio and video is good. We may get a little bit of lag in here and there because I'm gonna be moving around the lake a little bit. But we're gonna start right here. We're gonna throw some frogs. I got a white frog and a brown frog tied on first. Sounds good, okay. So I'm gonna throw the brown frog. I threw the white one about 10 minutes ago. I was throwing here trying to figure it out a little bit. Hey Jason, thanks for coming in. So, but yeah, it's like pea soup out here. I am fishing current today. We were in some nasty stuff yesterday, but they sprayed the weeds and it was brown, foamy, nasty. It's almost like a white milk on top of some of the weeds, and the fish aren't in there. So we are going to try not to fish those areas today. And then we're just gonna bounce around, and then we'll probably end up over at the wall. I am gonna check out the wall that we fished last night where we caught a bunch of fish. Yesterday wasn't no video or nothing like that. It was just a social media day for us. We were just taking pictures and things like that. You can see the sun behind me. Sorry, it's in your face. But so we're gonna fish all this stuff behind us. We're gonna work our way up into here. The grass is real heavy in here. So I'm gonna go as far as I can without messing with the trolling motor, lifting it up, taking grass off the whole time. We're gonna work the edges. Try to stay in the greenest stuff because that's the most oxygenated in here. Hey Johnny, thanks for coming in. So we're gonna try to fish where the oxygen is. Like I said, there's a lot. I don't know if you guys could see this, but let me think down. That water is like pea soup. It's pretty nasty. So we're gonna try to throw some frogs in here. I got a white one, like I said, and a brown one tied on, and I got a bunch of different rods. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rods with me today. So I'm trying a little bit of everything if I have to, but we're gonna throw the brown Spro frog. We got Phil in here. What's up, buddy? We got small water in here. Thanks for coming in. But yeah, it's been really, really tough, or at least yesterday. Today I went out this morning. I cut a video this morning. It's one of those learning videos, I guess you want to call it. I think I caught two fish this morning, and they were on Senkos, low and slow. The water is a little bit chilly. It's like 73, 74. Probably heated up today because of the sun was out all day, but it's kind of cool. And so I don't know if it slowed the fish down. We did have a cold front come in, and you guys know how that cold front affects fish and top water and these frogs. I did get a few blow-ups on this though, I'm not gonna lie, and I can't put the frog down. It's just one of my favorite techniques. And that might be my downfall sometimes. I like to frog fish and I waste time when I probably shouldn't be, but I know how good the bite can be up here, and it only takes one time for one of those big boys to come up and want a big meal, and we'll chomp one of these frogs down. So let me put this like this a little bit. I'll put me on out there. So if I don't have a moderator today, so if I miss anybody in the chat, I apologize. I'm gonna try to stay as close to the chat as I can. So we'll see what happens. So I'm just gonna try to catch some. I'll show for Cindy. Caught 21. Good evening, everybody to come in, and if I miss you in the chat, I apologize. Just trying to get on a few fish. Like I said, you know how fish get lockjaw whenever whenever they know they're going live. But also in this live, what I want to do, and if I can, is I want to do a video on properly handling a fish and how to release them and handle them and hold them and stuff like that. So I'm going to probably show you guys in this live how to properly handle and release a fish, and if you have to revive them, what to do and what not to do, because I see it all over the place and it drives me nuts. I mean, we're all guilty of doing, like, dragging a fish on the boat and stuff like that. Sometimes we just can't help that. But like bank fishermen and stuff, I see them dragging them up on the shore. They're dragging them through rocks and gravel and on the grass, and you don't want to do that because that messes up the slime coat. You want to net them and bring them in. I mean, my kids have been guilty of that. I think I've been guilty of that. But, you know, try to protect our resource and take care of the fish. I think that's very important. There's one that just came up right there, tried to hit it. So he followed it all the way in. It was a baby though. So we want to protect our resource, handle the fish correctly. Don't whip them in. I know bass are pretty resilient, and you can, you know, if you get a green fish, and what I mean by green fish is if you get a fish comes in hot and he's going crazy, you could toss him back in the water, that's no problem. But you see people firing them in the water, throwing them over rocks to get them in the water and stuff like that. That's not the way we want to handle them, guys. So just try to respect our resource and, you know, take care of the fish. So if I get a fish, I'm protecting a resource real good because I'm not catching them. Hey, hunting, is that hunting and stuff? Yeah, hunting and stuff. So I'm protecting a resource real good because I'm not catching anything. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys the proper way to hold them. You'll see a lot of people on social media holding them up and they're holding them out horizontal. That'll dislocate their jaw. You don't know that. When you let them go, they can't close their mouth, their jaw's injured, they can't eat, they end up dying. So I'm going to show you guys the proper way to do that tonight if I catch a fish. So we'll see. But we're going to work this a little bit through here, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to head up. The wind's blowing us. We got a north wind today, so which is not a bad wind. But I'm trying to fish these green pads and not the brown stuff like we fished yesterday. I'm going to put up the anchor. We got the talon down. We're going to turn around and we're going to go through some of this stuff up around in here, and we're going to just keep moving and trying to find some green stuff, guys. You got people coming through the no wake zone, no waking. Yeah, you'll see them come flying in here in a second. Goose on a pontoon boat, flying in, no wake. They don't know. They have no idea. No idea. Maybe they'll stir up the fish for me though. And if I see any isolated pads like out in front of me right here, that's what I'm trying to key in on. We're gonna get a little shaky here, so I might have to grab the camera a little bit because Nimrods come flying into this canal full speed and slow down in the canal instead of stopping 100 feet before the canal, but whatever. So we're gonna just keep rolling down this way. Now I do have, and I may do it tonight, I do have some special baits. I have some dragonfly baits that I had made. They came from Florida. I had a guy make me some custom dragonfly baits. They're very hard to throw on a casting rod. I was throwing them on a spinning rod last year, and they just look like a big dragonfly. And if I get a chance, I may throw them tonight for you guys, and I'm going to show you them as well. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can't get something. I had that little baby blow up right there, right at the boat. Came right in, but it's been really tough. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I want to say thank you for everybody that came into my thank you live. That was awesome. So we got some of the prizes already shipped out that I ordered the stuff, the apparel through my phone, and I ordered it. So that's already on the way to Beverly and to James from Crankin' and Yankin'. So thank you guys for participating in that, and everybody who joined in, and congratulations to everybody that won prizes. We appreciate you. So come on, man, give me a good one tonight. I got to redeem. I haven't really put a good one in a boat in the last couple of weeks. And then I found out from my wife today, we're not going to be up here next weekend. So I'm just like, man, I'm just getting tanked with not being able to fish. So, but I was in the Shane Flint tournament, and then I didn't make it to the second round because I missed 2 weeks of fishing. And all I needed was a 19-inch bass. But the way it's been going, I probably wouldn't have caught a 19-inch bass. So, but we'll see. We're gonna throw this. We're gonna throw the white one. Another thing too is I wanted to mention, John, you're gonna appreciate this. Let me show you real quick here. Come on. Here, John. See that, John? I got a ducket rod on the boat. But I did want to mention about St. Croix rods. St. Croix rods replaced my frog rod. They sent it out. They ended up telling me to keep the old rod, and they're shipping me out a new rod. It's this year's model frog rod, so that's cool. So, but I won't get it for a couple weeks because they're on back order. So I'm gonna get the newest frog rod for this year on the Bass X series. So that was nice of them. So you know I'm always shouting out St. Croix, and I love using St. Croix rods. But those ducket rods, I got to give you some props there, John. Those ducket rods are nice. I have 2 of them, and that's my spinning setup. So, thank you guys for coming in. It is so there's so much weeds in here. I'm going on I'm just trying to get through this stuff, and it's just churning up and eating up the battery on the trolling motor. So, but we're gonna try to get around it. I can't even turn my trolling motor. That's crazy. There's a canal out here. I'm gonna go to the canal a little bit, and I'm gonna go down that way. Let me see what we got on here. Well, I know I got a ton of weeds on. Oh yeah, can't even lift it up. Hopefully we can get through there. But when you're fishing in these weeds, as John will tell you, well, he has the electric with the remote control. I got the foot pedal, and you get bounced around on the boat a lot whenever you're using the foot pedal. Like I'm like stuck right now. There we go. Now we're gonna chop some salad up. Get out of this way and go this way and move. Come on. Here we go. Now we're out of it a little bit. But some of these weeds that are in here, they just stop you dead. I'm gonna try to fish. Some of these brown weeds that are out here though, they're in open water. I'll throw to them because they have some current on them. And I think some of them fish will be in there. I really do. But we're gonna come into some better stuff here in a minute. Let me get the chat here. Let me see who's all in the chat. 6 people in here. Yep, 36 volt for sure. Let's see the chat. Live chat. Got John in here. What's up? Daniel. Ducket, there you go. John is in first place. James won about everything. Yes, he did. Hey, Dave. Zach, what's up, Zach? Thanks for coming in. I'm sitting here on the thing, and we're going backwards here. I got to get back on the trolling motor here, guys. Woo! Yeah, but it is hard to come by some hits this late this weekend. We did get lucky yesterday and find some fish that were they were schooling, and they were pinning golden shiners against a wall, and we were just thrown towards that wall. We sort of had them pinned in there, and we probably caught about 8 or 9 fish in about 15 minutes there. Now they were dinks. They were 10-inch fish, 12-inch fish. My dad ended up getting a nice one. He got about a 14.5, and then Ace had a really big one on, and it was a 3.5, 4.5 pounder. I couldn't tell exactly, but it came out of the water and spit the hook, and it was a big fish. So that was pretty exciting, but he wasn't too happy about it. But I thought we were going to be on him, and then it just went dead last night. So very hard fishing up here. They sprayed the weeds. Like I said, there's a lot of that foam on top of the water with these weeds. They're like dead, no oxygen in them at all. So I'm trying to fish these current. Like I'm actually going in here probably further than I want to. But I'm gonna try it because man, does it look good. But those brown weeds, I do want to stay away from. I'm trying to throw to these green lily pads and stuff that's actually growing because it creates oxygen, and all the brown dead stuff just takes away the oxygen. So we're gonna try to at least pull one fish out of here on a frog for you guys. I even wore my green Yuletech shirt because I'm feeling like froggy. Feeling froggy. So I'm hoping. Got some kayakers to the right about 200 yards. They'll probably come down the canal there. But I got the brown and red frog, spro frog on. I have a white one tied on as well. And then on that bucket rod, I have a Texas rigged cinnamon Senko. A brown is almost like a natural color, like a regular earthworm. I have that color, and then I have my black and blue flake wacky style. Because back in here, it's so hard to fish wacky style. You get snagged up pretty much every time. So I got the Texas rig weedless cinnamon worm on. And we're gonna see if I get to some edges and stuff like that. If it looks good enough to throw, then I'll throw that on the edges to see if they'll react to that as well. So, but I'm kind of fishing kind of fast here. I'm just trying to look for aggressive fish, you know, just covering water, seeing where they're hitting, if they do blow up, where they're blowing up at, and what it looks like in here. I'm always looking for new casts, so you'll see me going from right to left. If I see something good over here, I'm going to throw to that. So it's really just a numbers, you know, game. You're just throwing and throwing to try to get a fish to commit to it. And I'm actually moving the frog fairly fast, trying to get a reaction bite out of it. So, and I actually missed my target on that cast. There we go. That's what I want right there. Yeah, I figured it'd be out in this current, but man, it is tough in here. We're gonna get on so far, and then I'm gonna turn around and we're gonna try some other stuff. And then we will end up at that wall, my favorite part. We'll end up over there this evening when the sun's getting down. We'll end up over there fishing. Last night we caught a couple largemouth off of that spot. So, not real big ones, but we caught some smallmouth, or largemouth. There was no smallmouth. I didn't catch any smallmouth yesterday, which was crazy. They were all largemouth. So, see, we're gonna move down. I'm in the canal right now, basically. It's just a bunch of, I guess we're at we have an airboat up here too, John. I wanted to tell you that. There's an airboat back in this corner, and you could see it kicking up when they started up, man. Is that thing loud? And they come out here and blow all the stuff around. So we do have an airboat up here, and they make pass through this stuff, and they actually help. It helps the fish. I've caught a lot of fish out of those pass that they make with like poppers and things like that. But we're wanting to go almost like an east wind now. We're like wanting to go towards the shore. So, but we're gonna see what happens in here. And then I got the white frog on, but that's on my heavier setup. This is the lighter setup I have with the brown frog. And if I start getting hits on one or the other, then I usually change the colors on the rod. This light one it's not light, it's light for frogging. But this used to be my old setup. This is Theo's setup now, but I like taking it out with me because it's set up perfect for a frog. But it's a light one, and it's easy to cast and easy to throw. It's got that 7 reel on it, the St. Croix 7, really nice reel. But now we're getting into this foamy, dead stuff to the right, and I'm gonna show you this. Watch me catch a fish out of it. I'm talking about it's bad, and I'm gonna catch a fish out of it now. But I'm gonna show you this stuff that's on the water, and I'm hoping you can see it. I'll make sure the sun is behind the camera. I'm gonna show you guys this, this stuff right here. Can you see that all right there? all that green foamy stuff. That's how you know they sprayed. They sprayed it. So there's a kayak fisherman right out there fishing. So well, we're gonna test it out here. Anybody that wanted to play me this weekend in the off-toke challenge would have whooped my behind, because there ain't nothing happening up here. So we're getting into that nasty stuff. It's crazy. This is all that foam, and I'm gonna get out of this stuff because I didn't have any luck in this stuff. I'm saying that, and then I'm gonna start getting hits, watch. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. I was down at the other end of the lake this morning when I was out there, and it didn't have this foamy stuff, but it was still pretty nasty water. We're gonna go right through this. There's some green out here, so we're gonna see if I can't pull something out of there. But you would think, with all this good looking stuff here, I can't turn the boat. There's some pads out here, like mixed in with the brown dead stuff, and it's green, so I'm just throwing to it to see what's happening. We gotta pick this up. It's got all kinds of crud on it. There we go. I'm going to spin us around. But it is tough. Turn that boat around into stuff. All right. So we're moving anyway. I'm glad I got the new batteries this year, because my old batteries would not get me through any of this stuff. But we're gonna work out a little bit to these edges, see what happens. Yeah, I'm hoping I catch a fish I could show you guys what to do with them. I just see too many people mishandling fish, and it's driving me nuts. So I'll be making a video probably on it as well. See who else is in here. I got the sun in my face now. Hey, what's up, Joe? What's up, Gary? Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate you. Nothing. Okay, we're moving a little bit again. It's like so much work to get this boat moving in here. But we are in the nasty stuff, guys, for sure. I don't even see anything blowing up in here at all. It's crazy. It is crazy. And I see like a pleasure boater over on that wall where them fish were last night. There's some areas that I can go to. That point down there, I can go back over there. There's some pads down it that way. I can also go down the canal. I'm not sure how the connection is down at the pads. So if you guys would like to share this out, I'd appreciate it. Try to get some people in here. And even though it is a Saturday, if my wife's listening, her birthday's Monday, so happy birthday. My mom made her a birthday dinner today. She loves my mom's meatballs, so we had spaghetti and meatballs for dinner, so I made sure I ate before I came out tonight. So happy birthday to my wife, Sue. That kayaker got out of here pretty quickly. He probably got the same idea. Yeah, I can't believe there's not a fish in here. One didn't even blow up on it yet. But we're gonna go out into this a little bit. I might throw some worms. The water quality here is way better than 100 yards that way, guys. Way better. And the water quality here ain't that good. But that's what happens. I think that runoff from the farms that are planting and they're putting fertilizer in, and then they, you know, their runoff comes into this lake from all the farms up north, and it runs into here because this is this is fed by a stream, French Creek, I believe, French Creek, depending on where you're from. And that fertilizer and stuff gets in this water, and it creates that algae growth and these weed growth, but then they spray it too, so it's like two things are fighting against each other, and it's not good at that time. Now, next week, and when I come back up, I'm gonna say it'll be a lot better because everything will have thinned out, and there is a spillway on this lake, so when you get some rain and stuff, it'll clear this top stuff off, and then new growth will go, will grow. And it'll be a little cleaner, what I call cleaner water, which will help fishing as well. So, but man, some of this stuff just looks so good, but it's like the Sahara Desert out here. There's not a fish activity here. Every once in a while you'll get a little pop, but nothing like it should be. And we're coming into some current out here with the main channel that runs into here. This is where like everything feeds into this lake at, is where I'm headed to. But I see some really good green stuff over here, like mats that I'm gonna go hit before we make a run or before we move. I want to throw a couple over there and see what's going on. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so. Appreciate it. You see the chat here while I got a chance. I got a live chat. We got John. Dad's coming down for 3 days. I hope so. Nice. One day I'm in. Just did a behind the back release. Yeah. We're gonna move over, guys. We're gonna just fish this fast. Just cover some water as we go over here. Lift this baby up for a second, see what's on there. Get some of these weeds. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of weeds on them. Let me clean this off real quick, guys, before we go over there. You see all that muck and weeds. This is what's on there, guys. We don't want that on there. Spend more time cleaning my motor off than fishing. See, that kayaker's out in that cleaner water. He got the idea, but I don't. I'm gonna keep fishing this nasty stuff. I know there's resident fish in here that stay in here all year. It's just a matter of how active they are. Okay, I seen a fish come up over here, which is a good sign. Didn't look too big, but it came up. So we're gonna go right over here. We're gonna work his edge out. We're gonna work that down to that wall where we saw them yesterday, and we caught some fish there yesterday. We're gonna hit where I call the land of the giants. And I know my kids didn't want to come out because they know how bad the fishing was, but they're down at the pipe fishing. Theo, Ace, and Theo's friend Michael are down there fishing at the pipe. So I may do a back-to-back live. I might do this live, and then when I get in, I'm gonna fire up another live with the kids. So hopefully we catch some here, and then we go have some fun with the kiddos. So I'm gonna do 2 lives tonight. Maybe there's something that just come up over there. So maybe something's gonna happen over here, guys. We'll see. I'm liking this better than over where I just was at. So we'll see what happens. Hey, make sure you're checking out Fishoholic too in my description for these glasses and things. These glasses are awesome. And for the price, you can't beat it. You can't get a better pair of glasses for the price. They're like 25 to 35 bucks, and they are awesome. They come with a hard case. They come with a cleaning sleeve. And they got some really cool styles. They got women's and men's. So go check them out. They're on in my description. The link's in my description, so go over. You can use my code as well. I believe it's Off the Hook 25. You get 25% off of them as well. Something's gonna happen tonight. I know I should catch a fish. Is that gonna be bad if I don't, huh? Gotta figure them out though. But it's real fishing, so it is real fishing. It ain't like you catch them every time you throw out there. I wish it was like that, but it's not. And I will get back on the chat in 1 second. This just looks really good, and I don't want to take my eyes off of this frog right here. Wow. Nope. Let's check the chat real quick again, guys. I'm gonna even take a drink of water here real quick. Live chat. Be back later. All right, John, thank you. Thanks, buddy. The prescription only, huh? They have some bifocal style glasses as well, but yeah, I don't think they have prescriptions. All right, now you can see this big mat that goes forever. And I'm not even gonna touch half of it, but we're gonna throw it and we're gonna make sure we hit these outside edges. There's that milky stuff right here building up, but back in there it's all green. So we're gonna throw into that stuff, see if we can't get something to pop in there. Oh, let me, I'm fishing from this side of the boat, so let me spin that a little bit. There's a fish that came out right there. They're hitting those dragonflies, I think. Yeah. See what's out there. This rod that I'm using is just enough to get their head to turn them. That's why I went with the bigger rod. I had some issues, not issues, but I mean, I've done fine with this rod, but this is right at the edge of getting a bigger fish to turn its head and keep them out of this grass. So I went with the bigger rod from St. Croix. So there's some birds walking on the water here too, so you know it's kind of thick. See one of them. I don't know if you guys saw that video. There was a mouse running on top of the lily pads and a bass come up and whacked the crap out of it. It was pretty cool. We used to fish back in the day. There wasn't just frogs. We used to have rats, and I still got some in there, but the rats had treble hooks on them. They're called like the fat rat and stuff like that, and man, we used to kill them up here on those, and they had a treble hook on them, so it was pretty nice for hooking up with the fish. And I still have some, I just don't use them as much anymore. I don't know why, but Live Target makes an awesome rat mouse lure as well. Man, it's tough. It's tough, tough, tough. That's why I'm just gonna keep throwing until we maybe get something to blow up. You think it'd have to be something. Stable weather now. The moon was out today as well and yesterday, so that has a factor probably in it too. I'm gonna do something here real quick. I'm gonna try this cinnamon worm for a second with this ducket rod. Try this weightless worm here. And it's rigged Texas style too, so it's coming through the water very very light and coming not real. It's weedless, but it's still catching weeds here. So we're gonna try this just on these edges here. I just want to drop something on these edges just to see if there's anything active on the edges. Sometimes they just won't come up. They want something to fall right in front of their face. You're not hitting them on the nose. They had these things back in the day too, and I haven't used them in a while. They're called sluggos. It just looks like a big slug, and you hook them Texas style, and you just pull them through these weeds. And it'll go goofy. They have them usually for muskie. They have these big sluggos, but I've caught a lot of big bass in New York on them, coming through the weeds. Looks good in the water. Looks real good. I got the Fluger President reel on this rod because I had one laying around, so I wanted to use it tonight. So I put the Fluger on here, and just seeing how it acts. And it's a nice reel. It's just a matter of maybe the line. I got to change the line on it. You could hear it coming out like a pretty crazy. I got the bandito bug on too. I can always change that to that. Got some weeds on a Texas rig. That's how you know there's some weeds out here. I don't know if I like his color cinnamon either. Don't know if I like that. Like the rod. The reel's alright, it needs new line on it though. I gotta put some new line on it. We're gonna run over to that corner. We're gonna work out wood. So we're gonna work a bunch of stuff over here. Let's check the chat real quick. Make sure we're all good. We got 7 people in here. Thank you guys for coming in. We got my mom in here. Lloydie, what's up, Lloydie? All right, I'm glad you said that because I didn't know that was you. I guess that's a new channel. Is that your new channel, Lloyd? Lloydies? Get this here. Yeah, you can see all this stuff is just dead. I'm just thrown into it, but I'm trying to get out of it at the same time. So we're just going around it. Just going around all the stuff here and gonna get out of this dead stuff. I don't know, maybe something could come up and hit it in this brown stuff, but I just don't see why a fish would want to be in this stuff right now. And there's a lot of this dead stuff right here. So all this stuff's going to just die, wither away, and float over the spillway into the creek. But we need a good rain for that to get all this stuff moved out of here, and then all the fresh stuff is back further, and then you can get into it. Right now, it's hard to get into that stuff because of all this other stuff out here. And this brown stuff gets around your motor and it ain't cutting, it just wraps around it. But we should be getting into better water here. And that big pontoon boat moved off of that wall. So we'll try over there. There's some pads and some stuff over there as well. Got a little bit of everything over there. I might change up to a green pumpkin with red flake, or a watermelon red flake, even though it ain't really a watermelon color lake right now. But I like the red flake with the sun out, so we'll try that and see what happens. But we're moving fairly quickly here, guys. Trying to get over there. But yeah, like I said, I apologize. Usually this place is really good, but this weekend was not the weekend. But I had to come live and just show you guys how it really is out here, you know? It ain't all catch and catch and catch. And you guys see all those fish. And I only post usually the bigger ones, unless I haven't caught any big ones lately, and then I'm posting those little dinks and stuff. But I don't post half the fish we catch up here, you know what I mean? I'm usually posting the decent ones, and I haven't had a decent one on in the last couple of weeks, man. I mean, it's been crazy. But that's why yesterday was a social media day, because I haven't caught anything to post. So I said, you know what, we're just gonna do that and hit the social, you know, all my social media platforms and just post. And I'm glad my dad caught the biggest out of the bunch. That was kind of a cool post that he ended up getting me on that. But Ace's one, that would have been a really nice one to show you guys, because it was a beautiful fish, for sure. But those fish do not like it. They do not like it. We got 9 people in here. Thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. And I'll get to the chat. Once I get over here, guys, I'll get to that chat. And I'm gonna put a different worm on too. I have my black and blue flake, which is a staple on my boat that stays on my rod all the time. But I'm gonna try that green with the red flake. It's almost like a laminate. It's like half of it's red flake. So it's something different. We'll see what happens. Try a little different cadence coming in here, see if something happens. All right, so let's see. I'm taking that cinnamon one off. I'll show you guys the red flake one here. We're gonna take this cinnamon one off. Here, guys. Got the cinnamon. The cinnamon one is kind of like almost like a see-through. I don't really like it too much, but this green one is like a laminate. You can see that right there. It's got the red flake in it. So we're going to use that one. A little different color. Put that on, twist it on, make it 100% weedless. Pinch it. See, we got to put it through there, and pinch it back on, and you are weedless. Throw it out there, get this line unraveled. I haven't used this reel. I got reels in my closet in the house. I got actually SLX Shimano in there that I got to put on. I'm probably going to put that on my new, or I'll probably move my Beast X reel to that one. And then on this rod, I'll put that SLX back on, that Shimano SLX. That was either a hit or that was a, maybe not. Maybe it was a weed. And then I also have a Pro Qualifier. That's a really nice reel too, but I gotta get another rod for that one. Thing is, it's like an addiction. You get too many rods and you don't know what to put on, but usually I have it all paired up pretty decent. But I got my pick of whatever technique you want to do. I usually have technique specific rods. Now that flipping rod that I have there is basically a flipping and pitching, but it's great for frogging as well. So, all right, so we're on this side. The water is a little more spread, like there ain't as much junk over here. So we're gonna try to see what we can do here with this Texas rig, with this ducket. And we're gonna float our way down to that bridge, or not the bridge, the dock that we caught those fish last night on. So that's where I'm headed to right now, guys. In this Texas style, this weedless style, there's some logs coming up here too. I like throwing this. That wacky style seems to get hooked on every log you throw it at. I like the action of the wacky style better than the Texas rig style Senko, but there's just like a time and place for it, you know what I mean? And this is the time and place for this Texas style. Texas rig anyway. This is a nice rod though. It's got the micro guides on it, the stainless micro guides. Really nice rod. I'm kind of not digging the reels much though. But we're going to throw this a little bit here. We're going to throw the Senko here. There's one. All right, we got one finally. All right. So we got one. So that's the difference, guys. You just use different stuff. And that Texas rig worked. It's weedless. The fish grabbed it and came to the boat. Now this is a monster, guys, so check that out. All right, so we got one. One in the boat. One thing about the Senkos, they don't hold up well. For sure. He tore that up. So we got one in the boat, guys. On the green. I think I got some more of them. I might have to dig into my stash and pull them out because they'll tear these up on this Texas rig. They will tear them up. And I have them in there. I'll grab a box of them in a second if I keep catching them on that color. I'm going to throw the other one too, the black and blue flake as well. Yeah, that one's messed up, guys. I'm gonna have to change it for sure. So I'll do that in a second here. And he got me all wet here. Yep, we're gonna change it out. So let me reach into my bucket here, throw this down. What's nice about these, you just see how they tore up. Take these, throw them at the bottom of the boat, then I'll remelt them later and make more. So let me get these out of here real quick. Might as well take a couple of them out because one liked it. So we're gonna try to, we're gonna see, is this it? This with the red flake. Yep, we're gonna take out 2 or 3 of these. Take out 3 of them. Okay. Sorry I'm out of the picture, guys. I know you guys like looking at me, all right? Hold on one second. Lift this up, put this in there. We also have one with a fluorescent tail. We got a bunch of Senkos and stuff in here. All right, I'm gonna put them out there. All right, take a drink of water. So there you go. I got one here with a fluorescent tail as well. That's we're gonna have those on there too. We're gonna put the frog rod back down that way. Got all the Senkos up. We've got dragonflies landing on the camera too. Let's take this, put that through there, bring it out, take it around and twist it. All right, here we go. Another one on. Throw that out there a little bit. There we go. There is some logs over there. I don't know if I want to throw this that far to that log. What the heck, right? We're live. What the heck? Nothing. And I guess they got a party going on over here. You'll hear a bunch of people talking here in a second. Can't see you guys because of the sun. Okay, now I can see you. We're on 10. I gotta lower us a little bit so we don't get jammed up here. There is a fence here somewhere with barbed wire on it that runs in the lake. It's an old cattle fence. And it runs through the lake, and I don't know where it ends, but it comes off of that point somewhere. I seen it one day when the water was really clear. We're coming up on some logs, and I know there's some logs in the where we're at here, but I can't see them because the water's too dirty. So I just gotta be careful. And I could feel the weeds as well, where this is hitting the weeds. Sounds like a pretty good party's going on over there. All right, so you guys can see where I'm throwing to anyway. I'm trying to get you to see if the fish bites or if it jumps, you guys can see it. Looking good. Looking good. And we got a bunch of grass right there. You notice how I hold my tip of my finger on the shaft of the rod because you can feel the hits a little better. Like my St. Croix, I could feel the fish swim past it. That's how sensitive it is. So I want to see how this is. The fish that I had, I seen it hit it and bring it in. What do we got going on here? Beers and Bass, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in, brother. No wacky rig yet, but I will be. Wacky rigging frogs. Wacky rigging frogs. I got a Texas rig worm on right now, Senka. Just caught one little one on it. Got the Bandito bug tied on too, but I haven't used it yet. I got about 9 different rods rigged up here. Crankbaits, frogs, drop shots, all different kinds of stuff. We're coming up to the part where we had them last night, so. There's a little channel right in here. It's kind of nice. This wacky rig, try to bring it across that channel and see if anything's sitting in that channel. I got some top water. I got everything on for us tonight. Everything tied on. There's a party going on over there at the cabin. That cabin's really cool back there. You can't see it in the woods, but it's really cool. I don't know if that was a hit or not. Something bumped it. I don't know if it was the weed that I was pulling it in and it bumped it or what. The water cooled off a lot from last week though. Okay. I need a moderator in here to read all the chat. I hate not seeing the chat and fishing and sort of like ignoring you. I got a hit right there, guys. Yeah, it was a hit. It was a little bump. This rod's pretty sensitive. I could feel them. Go right back at him. See if we get another bump. There's a bump. Yeah, same little one probably. Yep. Those little ones just like to grab the ends. There's some eelgrass or something over here. I don't even know if you could call it eelgrass in PA, but there's some kind of grass. It looks like eelgrass. Sometimes them fish get right in that and just sit there. And we're gonna try it, this point over here, and this wall is where they were bounced up against. Let's see. Amanda's in here. Hey Amanda, thank you for coming in. We are gonna see what we got going on over here. We'll skip it under that dock a little bit, throw it in front of that dock, and then I'm gonna throw the wacky stuff over here as well. Now this is where they were last night. They were pushing golden shiners against this wall, and they were schooling here. And we probably caught 9 fish off this wall in about 10 or 15 minutes. We just happened to be here at the right time. I'm gonna throw this rig one more time, and then I'm gonna throw the wacky style. Okay, we're gonna roll this in. We're gonna put the wacky rig up. Since Beards and Bass asked about it, we're gonna put it up there. I gotta get it around this rod. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Let's see what the heck I did here. I got it wrapped around everything. Let's see, what's this rod? Okay, we gotta wrap that one. Here we go. All right, we're good. That's the problem when you have 9 rods in a boat. See what we got. And we got the wacky in there. See if we can find, see if we get some hits with the wacky. Fish jumping up behind us. Try to skip it under that dock. There we go. Now it's under the dock. You can see that dock right in front of me there. They were bouncing minnows off of that wall last night. For sure. It was awesome. There's some weeds in here though. I was catching them right here off of this corner. Right there. And then we just anchored right out here and we were throwing against that wall. There's one, guys. Here's one right there. Little baby. This is the majority of the size we were catching last night right there. Just little babies like that. I'm not even going to show you how you handle the little ones. He took it and ran right under it. He ran right under the dock. Usually where them little ones are at, there's usually a couple of them.
Are you looking all the way across? Out how many feet? Any luck?
Couple little ones. All right, we're gonna throw out to this edge, right there. See if we can't get one in there. Be quiet, pretty quiet back here today. That little one was just hanging off of that corner. This is where my dad caught his decent one last night, and Ace had that big one on. It was right out there, right in front, right where I was at. There's a couple right there, just jumping. They're feeding right there again. Maybe this is the time of day. I'm gonna throw it right over there to see if I can't get one. See if we get one of them little ones. Or one of the bigger ones, because that's where Ace threw into, and he got pounded yesterday, and it was a Senko. I think he had a green pumpkin on though. But they're definitely popping right there. I guess some minnows, so something's chasing them. And we'll work our way over to the wall. We'll work the shoreline. Pretty slow though, guys, real slow actually. You know, but that's fishing, guys. Can't catch them. Well, I don't catch them on. I'm not afraid to bring it to you if you don't catch them. It's just the way it is, real fishing. So we're gonna move down through here. See if we can't pop something off of these edges. And then go over to that shoreline and work our way down to the wall. And we'll see what happens. But there's pads right here too. I guess you could see the pads. Yeah, you can see the pads. And I was throwing this morning back in there with no luck back through there. There's some green mats and everything back there, but I didn't have a hit, didn't have a blow up. But I am gonna pull the frog out here. Definitely gonna pull the frog out in here, but I wanna throw this outside edge with these Senkos. Beards, you should be throwing more frogs where you're at. You never throw, I never see you throw a frog. You should be throwing frogs in those pads. I don't know why you don't throw them frogs, man. All right, we're gonna throw the frog while we're here. We're gonna throw the brown frog first. We let that Senko up here. We're gonna throw this brown frog. See if we can't get something to bite with the frog, because usually if you get a frog bite, it's gonna be a big one. And then the wind, it ain't really windy out, but there is some current blowing into this. So we're gonna throw, because I think on the edges of these might be all right, but I don't know. I just don't get why there's not a frog bite here this week. See, there's fish popping all over there. We may go back over there. What's up, guys? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. If you guys haven't hit that like button, please hit that like and share us out. Would appreciate it. We got some tough fishing going on, but it's real fishing, so. We got an algae bloom here this week. We had a cold front come in 2 days ago, so it's been pretty tough. I've been catching some small dinks on the Senkos, like I always do. I mean, it never fails. You can catch them on Senkos just about anywhere in the world, probably. I know when I'm having a rough time, I just throw a Senko, and I usually can catch a couple during the day if I'm having a bad day. Very rarely get skunked, if you want to consider 10-inch fish being skunked or not. But I'm just hitting these pads that are like kind of little islands of pads, seeing if there's anything in them. Sometimes those bigger fish take up the best spots, and they're usually in these isolated pads is what I call them, isolated pads. I'm gonna go deep. There's a big tree in there. See if we can't pull something. How nice would that be if I just see a boom explosion off that tree? I mean, usually you're in here, you get fish, blow-ups and blow-ups, but it is what it is. But everything back in here looks, besides the lily pads, everything back here looks kind of crappy as well. Getting back over into that corner, there's some stumps and stuff. There's stumps right below us too. I just don't know where they're at. And it's nice when you see those because you could throw to them. And but we might do a back-to-back live tonight. We might do this live, then I'm gonna go in. My kids are fishing down on the shore. They didn't want to come out because they knew how bad the fishing was. But I have to come out and show you guys, you know what I mean? I have to go live on the weekends because during the weekday, and I haven't been up here in 2 weeks, so I had to get out and do a live. So I apologize that it's so boring, but usually the fish know when I go live. They usually get lockjaw. The one day, for 4th of July, we were up here. Me and my brother-in-law went out, and I said, you know what? We're not going to take any cameras out. We're just going to go out and fish. I had my best night of the trip. I caught like 3 4-pounders that night, a couple 3s, some 2s. I mean, we had a great night. I had a great bag. I had like 13 pounds in my live one. I let one go, so I had probably well over 16 pounds, but I let the one go, and I shouldn't have, but I had 5 fish. I think I caught about 15 fish that night, and kept the biggest ones for pictures, you know. And I didn't have the cameras rolling that night. That's usually what happens. That is usually what happens. So there's a log in the water over here that I can see, just barely scratching the surface. So I'm gonna take this frog past it. And then I might throw a Senko near it. But I gotta be careful. This is where I ripped my transducer off my trolling motor. Yeah, there's that log right there. I'm gonna throw right over it, and I should come directly over that log. Yep. Okay. We're gonna throw the green pumpkin whack Texas rig on that side because it's weedless, more weedless than my wacky rig, so. Throw that at it. There's a fish that just popped back in there. Little ones, they're little ones eating those dragonflies. Eating the dragonflies, guys. Very quiet night. It only takes 1 or 2 fish to make the night better. Yep, there's one. Just hit it. Just hit a log. See if we get off of it. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna keep plugging away, man. I'm not quitting. We're getting over there to that good stuff. I saw a boat on that point over there, but I don't think he's fishing it like I'm fishing it, so that's okay. I'll throw some frogs in here as well. All right. How many people we got in here? Got 4 people in here. We're gonna throw the frog. Man, that was a good spot. That looked good for sure. That looked real good. This looks good too. I'm gonna try to bring it right into that pads there. Man, does that look good. Better water over here too. But nothing. Man, that looks too good there, guys. Very good. Go back way back here. That is crazy. Crazy, crazy, man. Don't get it. Don't get the, just the way that looks. It's unbelievable. I think there's a log under there too. You'd really think there'd be something that just... All right, guys. Well, we're gonna keep working. We're gonna work up this bank here, and we're gonna keep throwing, guys. I'm not gonna throw this frog here though. Well, I'll throw over to the lily pads one more time. All right. How many people are in here now? All right, we got 6 people in here. All right, guys, thank you for coming in. Little slow night tonight, but that's just the way it is when you're fishing. We have an algae bloom on the lake, and we had a cold front. Not making excuses, but I'm making excuses. But we got a couple little ones. Here's some little bait flipping around over here. So we're gonna see if we can't throw these shoreline here and see if we can't get a couple of these dinks until we get out to that point, maybe get us on a smallie or something. Water's cool enough that they should be over there, in there, so we'll see. We're just gonna keep working our way up. I haven't had a topwater bite here yet. I haven't caught anything on a topwater plug, like a on my chug bug or anything, or whopper plopper. Haven't caught one fish this year on a topwater bait. I know I got a snag here. Now we gotta go in and see what the heck this is all about. I'll make a note of this one. See what the heck this is. If it's a log or if it is a branch or what, but we're gonna see what the heck this is here. Oh, I snagged a turtle trap one day, but I don't think it's a turtle trap here. Okay, we're gonna go wind down to it and move it out. All right, we're good. Let's get out of here. We might hit the bottom here. Come on, get out of this crap. Okay, we're out of danger. We are out of danger. Now, last 3 weeks ago, look at that Sunday, that looks awesome. 3 weeks ago, I come down this shoreline and I threw a Senko in a little pocket over here. And I had a fish on that you would not believe, I didn't know how big it was, but it snapped my line. I hooked it, it ran out. It might have been a muskie, I don't know, but it ran out and took my drag for about 10 seconds and then just snapped it. So I'm thinking it was a muskie. They'll hit these Senkos too, believe it or not. I know there's a snag in there because my dad hit it the other day. I see a dead fish over here, I think. All right, the next fish I catch, I'll show you guys what to do with them. No, you don't, I should pick that dead one up and show you. What the heck is that, a bass? Looks like a bass. Yep, there's a dead bass. That's gonna be turtle bait. Looks like it got bit with something. Yep, dead bass. So here's some eelgrass, what I call eelgrass here. And there's a pocket right in here. I'm gonna throw that in that pocket. See what happens. Throw back in there a little bit. But they're just not biting tonight, guys. There's my buddy Gary out there. He ain't skiing today, but he's just cruising. Right up here's where I had that monster. We're gonna cruise out to that point and see what's going on out there. So right around this area is where I had that big fish. What's going on with this? Cool. Thank you guys for stopping in tonight. Kind of a very slow night on the lake here, but you'll have that. But a slow night on the water is better than a good day at work. I think where that fish was right in here. And that's a little cut in there, little like pocket. Those fish were at. Them ducks are right there. I hate when the ducks are swimming in front of me. Can't stand it. Tough night. Just takes one. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm allergic to not catching fish. Yep, I'll say that's what it is. Let's see what's going on. Look at that sun, guys. Bam. Looks cool. Thank you, Beards. Appreciate you. And the guys that are here are too close. I'll probably throw my drop shot out there as well. That's a weed. There we go. There we go. We got one on, I think. Yeah, we got a good one on, guys. Pretty decent. All right, he hit very, very slow. This might be a smallie the way he's fighting. Yeah, it's a nice one. It's a nice one, guys. There we go. Okay, so when you're doing this, you don't want to hold, you want to hold them and cradle them like that. You want to hold them straight up and down like this. You don't want to angle them horizontally when holding them by the lip, because you'll dislocate their jaw. And then when you put them in, you just let them in gently. Another thing is when you're reviving a fish, you never want to push them back and forth. You always want to push them forward. Fish is not made to go backwards. You can drown them and you can injure their gills by doing that. So make sure you let them go forward. You just hold them there. You could shake them back and forth a little bit, roll them, but don't put them front and backwards. That does not work. You'll kill them. You will kill the fish. So just hold them in the water, let them do their thing. Or you can hook them with one of those hooks in the jaw and have the trolling motor on and drive forward and let the water go through them from their mouth to their gills, but never go forward and backwards. You'll injure their gills and you can drown them because their gills aren't only made to go one way. So you guys that are going front and back, that's a no-no. And never hold them horizontal by the jaw. Never. You guys doing any good? Is that a St. Croix? Huh? Is it a St. Croix with a symmetry rod? I lost one out there.
I mean, if you want it, you can have it.
It's a blue St. Croix, exactly like this one.
Yeah, I have one too.
It ain't a St. Croix? Yeah, I lost one exactly like this. My wife bought this. I had it hanging over to the edge last year or 2 years ago, like out here. And it fell in the water. I was with my daughter. It was on a live. I'm doing a live right now on YouTube. And the rod fell in the water and my wife let me buy the exact same one, so. Well, they caught a rod right there, guys. Don't mind being on the camera, do you? There you go. They just caught a fishing rod, so that's the best catch of the night. It's more than what I caught. So they caught a rod. I thought it was my St. Croix because we're in the same area. You guys all remember that. They were giving me a whole bunch of crap about it. And he just caught a rod. So that's cool. So this lake has fish and you can catch rods. Come out to the lake. Come out to my home lake. If you don't catch a fish, you get at least go home with some tackle. So that was cool. See if we can't get one of these smallies out here. I'm going to throw a drop shot too as well. So, how funny would that have been if he caught my rod? I would have let him keep it because he caught it. But that was funny. I mean, I couldn't say, yeah, that's my rod, give me it. But I could tell him what I lost. You know what I didn't bring out tonight was my Yolatech nav light to turn on. But I'm going in a little bit early tonight anyway because I'm going to be fishing with the kids down at the pipe. We might throw some, go for some catfish or something tonight. So I may do another live with the kiddos. They didn't want to come out today because they knew how tough the fishing is and they would have got bored really quickly and I would have been running in and out, and I told them I'm doing a live and I'm staying out for the live. So yeah, so they were like, yeah, we're gonna stay, we're gonna go fishing from shore. So got a really slight breeze right now, which is really cool, very enjoyable. And then next week I won't be here. I didn't know that till tonight. My wife told me, hey, we're not coming up next week because we have a birthday party, and it's my niece's birthday party, and I wouldn't miss that. It's just that I didn't realize it was next week already. So we're gonna go do that, and then I'll be up here for 2 more weeks. And then that's the end of my fishing season. We may still do some content here and there. I might do some bass pond fishing down in Ohio when I'm down there doing some deer scouting. We have a bunch of farm ponds down there where we can catch some big bass down there. So I may do that, and I may do some muskie fishing in Ohio after the season, September, not October, because October's hunting season, but we'll do some September fishing down Ohio. So it ain't totally over, but up here it'll be over. So look at that sun, guys. Look at that. That looks pretty cool, that sunset. Usually this is the time to be on them, so we'll see what happens. I don't know where my drop shot rod, there it is right there. Throw my drop shot rod as well. Very quiet. We got some boats around me. But other than that, it's pretty quiet. Got music on the left. Oh, there's a hit. There's a hit. Okay. So that was a baby. I think that was a baby. Yep, that was a baby. That was a baby. How you doing? Hey, come close. What do you think of that, guys? Huh? Little close? People just don't get it. Yeah, I know when I put that drop shot on, I'm gonna get a bunch of little hits. Those little fish just love that drop shot. So I'm trying to avoid it, but we'll see. Very, very quiet. But chances are, my chances are the best right here for the big smallies, for sure. What's funny is only a couple years ago I started fishing for smallies. I never was a smallmouth guy. I was always a largemouth and musky guy, and then I started catching, I wasn't catching as many largemouth up here because it was getting pressured. So I knew there was smallmouth in there, so I started fishing for the smallmouth, and then I'm getting on some, and then started just rocking them up here, and then now I got the smallmouth and the largemouth I can get on up here. But today I ain't getting on nothing. I do want to give a shout out to Yolatech for supporting me and my channel. So I'd like to thank Christian and all the people over at Yolatech for supporting our channel. They're a great company. If you guys want to go check them out on my or on my description in my video, the Yolatech, you can use my code and save some money on all their camera holders, their boat mounts, all that kind of good stuff. They have battery chargers, the juice bank and things like that. They have a GoPro cover, so it helps with the overheating of your GoPro. So go over there, check it out, use my code, and buy something. They have a lot of great products on there. I don't know if I want to run. I see a boat over there as well, though. I think I'm going to stay here. I'll probably end the live here. I think I am going to move out a little bit. And I'm going to anchor us right here. And we should, there we go, we're on that rock bottom. We should start turning. And it should be just about perfect, right about here. And then I'll throw the drop shot. I will throw the drop shot. I'm gonna throw this out one more time. There's a fish right there that jumped. We're gonna throw that out right there. There's a weed line right there. I can see it. It's darker in the water there. We want to be right on the edge of that and out further because there's a bunch of rock and gravel out here and some boulders that them smallmouth usually hang. And this time right now is like the best time for them to be up on this flat. Well, it's not really a flat, but it's a point. There's a hit. There we go. What is that? There we go. Come on. All right, he's taking it, whatever it is. Come on. Nope, that was a baby. It hit it good, but it didn't go pink and start moving the line. That's how you know it's a good one. When you just feel that little tick and then your line starts moving. You know it's a good one. There's just those little ticks. It's those little ones grabbing the end of the worm and tapping it. I don't even know what I was saying. It ain't a flat, it's just a gradual. It goes like 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, all the way out here, and it's a bunch of rock and boulders that are here. And it's a really good smallmouth area. But the last couple of times I come out here, I've only caught some dinky ones. I did catch a big one in here for the Shane Flint tournament though, on a drop shot. And that was right in May, I believe. That was when they were spawning. There's some fish coming up out there. Maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll try to get some excitement on here since I'm boring you guys. I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna throw my chug bug and see what happens real quick, guys. Where's my chug bug at? And I'm gonna take these glasses off. Take the glasses off. Whew. Let's see if I can't get something on the top water since some fish are breaking. I got the chug bug on. Here's like a couple little ones, river boss, and I'm putting the chug bug out there right now. Let's see what we can do with this. See if we can't get a hit. And it's too weedy to throw this up against that wall. Sometimes they will start pinning bait fish against that wall as well, but it's too hard to throw this chug bug against that wall because the whole top is all weeds and grass, so it's really hard to get this chug bug in there without getting grass all over it. So I try to stay at about 20 feet from that wall. See, I got grass on it now. Tell you what though, when them smallmouth hit a topwater bait, it is an explosion. I love watching smallmouth hit a topwater bait. It's unbelievable. I've had them come out of the water with it in their mouth. It just, I wish I had that stuff on camera. That was like before I was videoing and stuff like that. So, but see, that's what you get on it. You get the grass. And you don't want that. So we're gonna throw this a couple more times. I'm gonna throw that red and green Senko in here too because it's something different than the black and blue flake. They've been seeing that black and blue flake here all year, so. Nothing on that. We're gonna throw one more. We're gonna throw this out a little bit further out. Try that. I've had muskie on this point eat my lures and take my baits as well. And now when I see them, when I have my bass stuff, I try to pull it away from them. But when I'm fishing for muskie, you want to catch them. All right, we're gonna try that green. We're gonna try that green one. That green worm. We'll put this aside. Let's put this aside. Let's try the green Senko with the red. There's a hit already. Some little ones. Now I'll show you what it did. This is them little ones. It just folded my bait up. See? It just pulled it off. Hit it good, but it's not a big fish. You can tell. You can tell. But they might like that color, so we're gonna keep throwing this one. Because that was my first cast with this bait and got a hit. So we're gonna keep throwing it. Throw it out there and see what happens. You can also throw these Senkos like a fluke. They have a swimming Senko with a paddle tail. I have a couple with the black and blue flake ones, but you can swim these Texas rigged Senkos. You could jerk them like a fluke, and they look just like them. Nothing, guys. Nothing at all. Except the little baby ones. Just them little baby fish. Well, we caught a couple. I got this basically right under the boat. Because we're in about 8 foot of water, 10 foot of water right here. Throw it out there, we'll see what's up there. And then we're gonna move a little bit. I'm actually gonna lift up now. We're gonna move out. We'll get around this point here and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, this needs new line. I could hear it coming off the spool. Sounds like crap. There's a side of that wall over here. I think I'm gonna move in. I'm gonna throw that side of the wall. Let's try it. Try get it in there closer now. There's a lot of weeds in there. Plus I want to see, I haven't been in this close to it as well, so I want to see what's in here. See, that weed line is probably like right there. It looks like it's like pretty close to that wall. Yeah, there's all kinds of weeds in here. And grass too, some kind of grass. Let's throw it out this way. Yep, it's all coated all through here with grass. All right. Well, I'm heading in, I think. Let me throw one more time. Let's throw it out there and see what happens. I'm gonna head in, I'm gonna see what the kids wanna do, and if they wanna do a live tonight, we're gonna go live from the bank. We're gonna see if we catch some fish from the bank. Some weeds. Yeah, I could feel the weeds. All right, guys, well, hey, maybe we'll catch some fish later. If you guys are around later, stop into it. I'm probably gonna do another live in a little bit, maybe about an hour or so. So I wanted to thank you guys for stopping in today. Even though it was a tough evening, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. You know, check out my description with all my partners and affiliates. We do appreciate that. It was a tough bite. It's a tough bite. It's been a tough bite for the last couple of days. So we're gonna go at it again tomorrow. We're gonna see what happens. I may do live tomorrow. If I'm on fish, I'm probably gonna do a live. Try to redeem myself from tonight. But other than that, we won't be here next week. I'm setting up we're getting a pop-up and everything ready as well next week for our trip to Ocean City and then Florida. So, like I always say, take a kid fishing or hunting. We're gonna preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations. And we will see ya.